So why not, rather than having IOUs in that trust fund, that Social Security Trust Fund, which has become a slush fund, why not put a wall of protection around it, a lockbox that says this is what it's for and what it is only for. It will not be. There will be actual receipts in there of good money from what you and I have paid into it, so that we can receive it with security coming out of it. Now that's what I've done, and that's where I stand on Social Security, and that's where I'll go again, if given the opportunity. If someone else hasn't done it already and taken that bill, we'll be offering it again, to try to put that securing of the contract in place. Now, down the road, for younger employees, some who haven't even thought about applying for a job yet, let's look at some other alternatives that might even be better, that will give them more control of their own money. And sure, we'll have to put some restrictions in, that there'll be government-approved investment funds that will be in, 401k mutual funds with a certified investment counselor to manage it for. That's fine. It makes good sense. But to have that opportunity, I would take that anytime. Like a 401k, when I was in Congress, I had a 401k beforehand. And I know that that 401k has ups and downs, but over the long haul, I look forward to being able to pass some of that on, hopefully to my kids. They can do something with it. Or pass it on to one of the institutions that I support highly. Or a charitable organization, but it's my money. As opposed to the way Social Security is. Once I die, my wife gets a portion of it. When she dies, kids don't have it to show for it. So those are opportunities we ought to be looking at. How it's defined, I don't think any of us know yet. There has to be approval by the United States citizen to get anything through. But I don't think we can accept continuing on like we are right now, using it as a slush fund, putting IOUs in it, expecting our grandkids and great-grandkids to pay the huge burgeoning debt. You've probably all heard, because you keep up with it, you've probably all heard that the expenditure of deficit expending that's taken place in the last 18 months under Barack Obama is more than all of the deficit spending from Washington through Reagan. We can't keep that up.
What's the proportionality with respect to the entitlement burden on the public debt between Medicare and Social Security?
I'd have to get back with you on that. It's changing. It's changing with increased debt. I mean, that's why the same politicians that decry supposedly me fiddling in a negative way with Social Security are the same ones that didn't give the Social Security recipients this year a cost of living increase. And cut Medicare in this monstrosity of a health care reform plan, cut Medicare by over $500 billion and cut Medicare Advantage by $200 billion. They know, if they're honest with you, that it's unsustainable. When you understand that the public employee, we don't smack them. They've taken a job that's been offered to them. But the issue is that now when public employees on average make 2 times more than the general public, it's not a good thing. So, yes, ma'am.
Are people aware of the impact that all of this has had on the steel industry and anybody associated with it? We've had an income level here and it's now diminished to here. And what do they plan to do to maybe help those people who have been putting up with this for well over a year and a half now? Dealing with the outcome of creditors, can't get loans, bill people are hounding.
Did you say steel industry?
Yes, the steel industry is just about dried up and gone.
Well, I have to give a little bit of that discredit to George W. Bush who put a tariff on steel and ended up hurting us more than anything
Well,
else.
they can't. There's no use for it. Is the problem. There's no building. There's no commercial
Right.
building going on.
So China buys up all the scrap metal and makes more steel for the building that they're doing, in building their whole industrial revolution that goes on, and their empire building also. You're right. I mean, when you have an economy that goes to pot, and you don't have the construction trades functioning as they once did, and you don't have banks doing subprime lending, by the way, they were basically required to do that through the Community Reinvestment Act. And then when people in the industry said, well, this is unsustainable. You know, when Walberg's bought their house, we made them pay 20% down. We knew that they were doing some creative financing, went to grandfather and went to some other family members to help get that 20%, but at least it forced them to consider what they were getting into. We got all of that, and now it's the downturn that's taken place, and the economy is going to pot, and all this administration can do is spend more, which frustrates more job development and certainty. And so why should a bank lend when there's total uncertainty? Why should a business hire more employees or increase their capital investment or build more factories to provide more manufacturing capability when we don't know what the certainty, even if you knew it was going to be bad for the next 10 years, there'd be at least some certainty. But right now, how do you plan for it?